Yo, back into the video. In this video, we're going to be explaining why the pain is temporary, but the glory is forever. You had to sacrifice through the pain, especially if you want recognition, from the people around you. If you want to feel good about yourself in the moment, if you want to truly know who you are, you're going to have to go through the pain, the discipline, and sacrifice every single day. Sometimes you're not going to feel like sacrificing. Sometimes it's going to be very painful for you to push through the struggles and hard times that you're going through. I remember hard times working my job, waking up tired, waking up not feeling like it, having my stomach hurting, you know. But through those times, you got to think about the glory that you're going to have in the future. Think about the times that your kid's going to see you push through and the stories that you're going to tell your kids as you age and as you get older. Do you want to look back and see a strong man, a stoic man, a man that you can look up to, a man that you're becoming every single day? That's why I love the term Ultimate 10, because every day I'm pushing through the struggles and the pain to become the Ultimate 10 version of myself. That means I'm going to be walking around like a 10, feeling like the Ultimate 10 version of myself, pushing through the pain. Pain is only temporary. Every time you feel that pain from a hurt, from a scar inside your body, don't let that dictate what you're going to be. Don't let it dictate your day. Today, my stomach was hurting. I still went to the gym. I still went as hard as I could. I'm going to try my best to still push through and become the Ultimate 10, even though I'm hurting, even though life may seem like it's against me. It's really not. God is always on your side. God is always trying to heal you, give you a way to become better every single day. And if you don't want to become better, then you're stuck in your old ways. You're stuck in the repeated cycle of your bad habits, of the lack, of the dishonest with yourself. God will shine his light on you, but if you're not going to accept the light and you're always just going to be going in the dark and you're always just going to be complaining about what you got, then God's never going to bring more blessings into your life. See, the position I was in over 2 years ago, I wasn't complaining. I was just taking my situation and applying it and seeing how I could get better, seeing how I could hit the gym, because I knew the pain was temporary back in the past of me working my job, of me being skinny. I know it was temporary. The moment and season that you're in is temporary right now. You have to go through the pain, of your stomach hurting. Me right now, I know the pain is temporary. I know it's not going to be forever, but I know God in heaven is looking down upon his son, his child, and giving grace and blessings over him for pushing through the pain and enduring through the hardship. If you don't endure in pain, then of course you're not going to fully, feel the full expression of pleasure, the full expression of healthy being, because you're always just going to be in a static state of feeling how you feel. You wonder why, your bad habits feel normal to you, because your body has adjusted to your bad habits. So every time you're doing something bad, it just feels normal, but that painful situation, that bad habit is going to dictate the pain that you feel in the future. That's why I preach eating clean so much, because eating clean is going to help me in the future be in a good state of being. But if you're constantly destroying your body, destroying your mind with devices, with drugs, with all that, that pain is going to be permanent in the future. Maybe that pleasure is temporary in that moment of you doing the vice, of you being addicted to whatever you're addicted to. Maybe in the moment you feel that pleasure, but I'd rather feel the pain in the beginning and then enjoy the freedom and joy that God has gave me. Everybody can dictate their life. Everybody can make a decision on who they want to become and why they're here and the outcomes that they betray every day. You betray an outcome of being on this video. What do you want to get out of this video? You want to get some knowledge. You want to get some wisdom. That's why you're sacrificing your time for this video, for me to spread my knowledge and give you it so it can take you further in this life, So the wisdom always starts in the head. It always starts with a thought. You could have the thought of quitting something, but are you going to take that wisdom and actually apply it and find the steps to actually help you to grow, to give you the knowledge to actually change? If I didn't believe in change and I didn't believe in growth, I wouldn't be here in this situation. I would have been still, eating junk food. I would have still been in my job. But I chose to change. I chose to change my habits. I chose to eat clean, to start posting on social media, to grow my own brand, to go through the hard stuff of doubt and fear of what people thought of me. But I still pushed through and I still desired the end result. And right now in this present moment, I still desire the end result. I still desire more, to be a masculine king, to be the ultimate 10. That's why the ultimate 10 is such a beautiful example every single day. That's why I have all my clients wake up as a 4 and they had to become the ultimate 10 by the end of the day with a checklist, checking off the boxes of completing the workouts, of eating clean, of hitting their steps, of journaling, of doing everything that I've set them up for, to change their lifestyle, to sacrifice the pain in the present moment of them implementing new growth and new steps. But if you never implement the steps and never try to grow, you're always going to be the same. You're always going to be the little guy. You're always going to doubt yourself and never have that ultimate mindset that you should be attracting into your life. Do you feel like your mindset's good enough right now? It's probably not. That's probably why you're trying to get knowledge. That's probably why you want to take a next step on your journey. So you're in the perfect position, but are you going to apply the steps and apply the knowledge into your mind? Remember, the situation you're in does not dictate your future. Your future is limitless as long as you're tapping into the actions and you're actually doing it and applying it. Why do you want to get bigger? Why do you want to start eating clean? There has to be a why attached to what you are doing. Every time I wake up, there's always a why. It's my purpose. Why am I here? That's why I have the courage and strength to push through the hard times, to push through my stomach hurting, to push through my arms cramping up while I'm making a video. It's because my why is so strong. I see a lot of people down. I see a lot of people that are average. I have to be the man that stands up for it, that pushes through the pain. Even when, there's doubt, even when there's fear, you still got to go, because soon we're not going to be here. Soon we're going to be in the hands of God. So remember to take every single moment and reflect on, remember where you're going, remember where you came from, so it can keep pushing you forward. I remember who I was, and I don't want to go back to the past. So that's what's going to keep pushing me forward. This wisdom is limitless. Once you tap into God and you tap in to your highest purpose and you tap into why you're here, He's going to open up the doors and the visions that are ready for you to walk through. But you have to become the person that is ready to walk through the doors. That's why self-improvement and becoming the ultimate 10 is so key on your journey, because you're improving. You are 10 out of 10. Now God is going to bless you with 10 out of 10 stuff because you're becoming that person, that new person with a vision. Arms are cramping. Today was a great arm day, but we still got to carry on with the video. Without this video, you guys want to be able to get this knowledge. I'm probably impacting a lot of people right now. That's why I have to do it. That's why I have to show up. If I'm not showing up for you guys, I'm not showing up for God, and I'm not showing up for myself. I appreciate all the supporters, and especially because we're almost at 5K. That's a blessing from God. I remember when I first started the journey, it was painful. We all start somewhere. Had no subs, had 5 subs, but I kept staying consistent. I kept posting. I kept pushing through the temporary pain for the glory of today. When I first made my first post, I was at my mom's house. I was in high school. And I'm 20 years old, traveling the world. I had my own online community, 410 Academy, helping people go from a 4 to a 10. Without that temporary pain, I wouldn't be here in this position. Seeing for you right now, you get temporary pain of making slight changes in your life, like maybe changing your diet. The pain is going to be temporary. of you having addictions of the bad food. But once you push through that and you keep going forward, that's when you're going to get the fruit of your labor. You know, God always gives you fruit of your labor if you're putting in the work, if you're going hard enough. After this video, I want you to decide, are you going to push through the temporary pain, or are you going to keep going towards the temporary pleasure of life? The pleasure of your addictions, the pleasure of the shit food, the pleasure of you staying the same and not challenging yourself. Today was a challenge for me. My stomach is hurting. I'm in a new location. My arm's cramping up. But why not go forward? Jesus, my King, my Savior, he moved forward with the cross. He took the pain and put it on his shoulders. So I got no excuse to be like my God and take the pain and put it to this video and keep striving for greatness every day. You know, even through these hard times right now, I love what I'm doing. I love making videos. This is my sole purpose. This is why God has placed me here, to help people become the ultimate 10. That's why I can't be stopped. That's why I love doing it so much. That's why hopefully you guys are tapping into all my videos, because I want to help you guys out every day. And let me know in the comments what you guys are struggling with. Let me know. And let me know new ideas to post videos on. I can do it. Let's go. I'll catch all you guys later. Like and sub for more content. We're almost at 5K. By the end of this video, by the time I post it, we're probably going to be at 5K. So I love all you guys. Appreciate all the support. We're going to keep growing every day. Keep striving for greatness. And hopefully you guys are too. Remember to push through the pain for the glory. Let's go. Catch you guys later. Have a good one.